Today, we're diving into an epic clash between two of India's greatest young grandmasters, GM Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa, rated 2767, playing white, and GM Erigaisi Arjun, rated 2782, playing black. This is round 8 of the second UzChess Cup 2025, a top-level international tournament hosted on chess.com. With two titans of Indian chess facing off, the board was set for a high-intensity strategic battle. Praggnanandhaa begins the game with pawn to c4, entering the English opening. Arjun responds with pawn to g6, signaling a flexible setup, likely heading toward a king's Indian flavor. White quickly strikes the center with pawn to e4, and black meets it with pawn to e5. Both players are not shy about grabbing central space. Knight to f3 by white follows, and knight to c6 by black. Both sides develop logically. Prag pushes pawn to d4, directly challenging the center. Arjun captures with pawn takes d4, and Prag immediately recaptures with knight takes d4. Both players are blitzing through their prep. Black continues with bishop to g7, and white switches gears by developing knight to e2, a move hinting at future flexibility. Arjun solidifies the center with pawn to d6. White brings out the knight to c3, and now Arjun launches an aggressive kingside action with pawn to f5, an ambitious move. Prag immediately captures with pawn takes f5, and Arjun recaptures with bishop takes f5. So far, both players are playing energetic, dynamic chess. White plays knight to g3, targeting the dark-squared bishop. Arjun retreats it to e6, keeping pressure on the light squares. Bishop to e2 follows from white, calm and flexible, and Arjun develops knight to e7, preparing castling. Prag castles kingside, and Arjun quickly mirrors with castles as well. The tension is rising. Now Prag continues with bishop to g5, putting pressure on the knight. Arjun reacts with pawn to h6, asking the bishop to clarify intentions. Prag retreats to e3, perhaps keeping central control. Arjun breaks the center with pawn to d5, a critical moment. Prag responds with pawn takes d5, and Arjun replies knight takes d5, centralizing his forces. White continues with bishop to c4, and now Arjun trades off with bishop takes c3. Prag recaptures with pawn takes c3, and Arjun calmly plays king to h7. White plays bishop to c5, aiming at the king side, and black counters with rook to f4, an aggressive rook lift. Prag plays bishop to b3, maintaining pressure and flexibility. Arjun plays pawn to b6, preparing queenside development. White replies with bishop to a3, putting pressure on dark squares. Arjun plays knight to a5, attacking the bishop. Then Prag pushes pawn to c4, keeping central tension alive. Arjun brings knight back to f6. Queen to c1 from Prag. Eyes are shifting. Arjun plays rook to h4, planning a kingside attack. White replies with rook to e1, reinforcing the center. Arjun continues with queen to g8, and Prag responds with queen to c3. Now Arjun plays queen to f7, stepping closer to the center, possibly coordinating tactics. White plays rook takes e6, a brilliant exchange sacrifice. Arjun recaptures with queen takes e6, but now white plays rook to e1. Arjun fires back with knight to e4, planting it in the center. Queen to c2 from white, defending and regrouping. Arjun plays rook to e8, stacking on the e-file. Prag then pushes pawn to f3, solidifying the center. Black replies with queen to e5, creating serious pressure, but Prag calmly plays knight takes e4, allowing. Queen takes h2 with check. But here's the twist. White plays king to f2, and black resigns. The game ends with a decisive victory for Praggnanandhaa. The attack fizzled, and White's coordination was too strong. Prag played this game with incredible composure, mixing tactical sharpness and deep positional understanding. Final result: 1-0 in favor of Praggnanandhaa, who played this game with an estimated accuracy of 97.9%, showcasing why he is considered one of the most dangerous rising stars in the chess world.